Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. LTCOP. Kind of has a nice ring to it, doesn't it? LTCOP. Yeah, you know me. In all seriousness, how many of you have ever heard of the Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program? 1 out of about 15. And this does not surprise me, because you see, I've been asking this question a lot lately, and not very many people know what it is. Well, as a volunteer ombudsman, I plan to change that, beginning tonight with all of you. First, I'm going to give you a brief overview of what the Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program is. Then I'll share a little bit about the role of an ombudsman. And then finally, I'll tell you why I decided to become a volunteer ombudsman. Oh, and I have handouts for any of you who may be interested. At the end of my talk, you're welcome to take a handout. The Long-Term Care Ombudsman Program has been around for over 40 years. It was authorized by the Older Americans Act during Richard Nixon's term. It is administered at state level, and every state is required to have an ombudsman program that advocates for people receiving care, home care, assisted living, nursing homes, and those living in adult care facilities. This advocacy is to ensure that residents get the quality of care and the quality of life that they deserve and that they are entitled to by law. So what is the role of an ombudsman? Primarily, ombudsmen handle complaints about services. Additionally, ombudsmen help people select providers by providing resources about options and about facilities. Also, they help people learn about benefits that consumers might be entitled to, such as Medicaid and Medicare. And then finally, they offer information about resident rights. So, why did I decide to become a volunteer ombudsman? Well, I discovered my passion for working with the elderly several years ago when I was an activities assistant at a nursing home. I got to reminisce with, read to, sing with, and play games with the most amazing senior citizens, and even a few cranky ones too. But actually that was the part that I loved the best, the most challenging. And today, I have the privilege of being the power of attorney for both a friend and my mother who are living in 2 different nursing homes. And while I'm satisfied with the care that they're receiving, there have been some times where I needed a little assistance with handling certain issues. And so I actually reached out to the Long-Term Care Ombudsman office in downtown Cleveland. They assigned me an ombudsman specialist who listened to my concerns and then assisted me with handling those concerns with the nursing home. And then additionally, today, I spend a lot of time in nursing homes. As power of attorney for my friend and also my mother, I get to see firsthand the number of residents who don't get visitors. In fact, I just learned of a staggering statistic. 50% of all nursing home residents have no family, and 60% get no visitors. So that is why I decided to become a volunteer ombudsman. I would like to make a difference in the lives of people who don't have someone advocating for them. And finally, I'm sure that many of you in the room here today either know someone or maybe even have a loved one that are living in a nursing home. It is my hope that you will spread the word about the long-term care ombudsman program and maybe even consider becoming a volunteer. And now I will leave you with a quote by Margaret Mead. Never doubt that a small group of committed, thoughtful citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. Madam Toastmaster.